Hey guys, Zuzunatural here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are old, welcome. I appreciate everyone who tunes in and watches. I make videos on clean beauty, skincare, health and wellness, and crystals. Today we're doing crystals. I have had so many requests for setting intentions and manifesting with crystals that I was like, I have to do it. Like I'm looking back through my comments over like the last year and I'm like, I haven't done this video yet. I have to do it. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. Okay, setting intentions and manifesting using crystals. So before we get into that, I don't know if you can see my shirt, Sage, Chakras, Crystals, and Meditation. I'm a little busty, so that meditation is a little down below. But that is part of my merch. I've got merch now, so check that out. It will be, I believe you can see it like in a bar across the screen on the bottom. I've got merch. I've got merch. And so when I film my videos, I'll be featuring different shirts that I have so you can see them, see what they look like, just in case you want to see before you buy. So yeah, this is one of my favorites. Sage, chakras, what does it say? Crystals and meditation. Yeah, so intention setting and manifesting with crystals. It is very important to set intentions when you're working with your crystals. So if you are new with crystals, it is okay that you have not done that. Sometimes just the process of getting to know your crystals, working with crystals is just as important as setting the intentions because you want to establish that relationship. And so for me, when I first buy a crystal, I don't even set intentions. I don't do it. What I want to do is kind of establish that relationship, like I said. So I want to hold my crystal, right? Talk to my crystal, rub on my crystal, sleep with my crystal. I want to court my crystal before I'm trying to be in a relationship with it, right? And so just so we can have an exchange of energy before I'm diving in and asking for things, right? I just got you. I don't know you. That's what the crystal's thinking. Like I don't even know if I want to work with you. So I really want to set the tone for setting intentions and manifest. Like I was saying, it's important to set intentions when working with crystals. So different crystals have different healing properties, qualities, benefits. And so you want to choose a crystal that works with what it is that you're trying to manifest. So whatever thought you have in your mind that you're trying to bring into reality, make sure you choose a crystal that kind of deals with that, right? Because you want the crystal to be able to help you in the best way that it can. So by setting intentions, what do I mean? Like people think that this is like this long, drawn out process, this mystical process, this magical process. And it is a magical process because crystals are magical. But what I don't want you to forget is that you are magical, okay? So crystals are helping you on your journey, but you are the one that's actually manifesting. You are the one that's bringing it forth, and you are the one that's doing the work, right? So setting intentions without doing any work behind it is just a wish. It's just a wish. And, maybe it'll come true, maybe it won't. But if you set an intention, right, and then you put forth the action to manifest, you have the ability and the power to bring it forth. You can't have everything you want, but you can have anything you want. I love that saying. I've heard someone say that before. You can have anything you want. Anything you can conceive, if you put that action behind it, you can bring it into fruition. You can. You have the power and the ability to do that. So first, believe in you and your power and your abilities. Don't put all the energy into believing that the crystal is doing this for you. The crystal is helping you. A lot of people will say, well, I had a crystal and it didn't do anything. What did you do? What did you do? Right? The crystal is there to help you, not to do. So I just want to make that clear. By setting an intention, what I mean is letting your crystal know what exactly you want help with. What is it that you're trying to achieve? What is it that you're trying to bring forth? And how can that crystal help you do that. So you want to talk to your crystal. I know people are like, talk to my crystal. Yes, talk to your crystal. Let it know how it can help you. If it doesn't know, then of course it's going to be doing its thing. Crystals are going to be doing its thing no matter what. Whatever property that is associated with that crystal, it's going to be doing that. But now whether or not you can tune into that and utilize that depends on you, right? Because it's doing its thing. Now you got to do your thing. So everything starts with a thought, right? So it starts in the mind. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it, right? That sounds corny, but it's true. If you thought of it, then you can manifest that into reality. So let the crystal know what it is that you thought of, and then let the crystal work with you to manifest this. And I hear a lot of people saying, oh, well, that's hocus pocus. Like, crystals can't do this, crystals can't do that. You're right. They can help you do it. You are the one that has the power. You are the one that's manifesting. And you manifest your reality on the daily. All I'm asking you to do is to do it consciously. Don't stumble around manifesting things that you didn't want, right? Because manifesting the good and the not so good is all on you. And so if you're unconscious, you may be manifesting some things in your life that you are not looking for. And then a lot of times we're looking and we're blaming others and we're thinking, why does this keep happening? But it's you. You are standing in your way from having what you want. So be careful with your thoughts. Choose your thoughts like you choose your clothes. If there's a thought that creeps into your mind, and we're human beings, so I'm not saying that you're not going to have thoughts, unwanted thoughts that creep into your mind, but dispel them. Quickly let them go and bring in another thought. You have the power to create. You have the power to control what's going on up here. So if it pops in, quickly let it pop out and bring something in that's conducive to positivity, conducive to your journey, your mission, and bringing forth what it is that you want to bring forth. Okay, so now that I've done the intro, which was kind of wordy, you're like, well, how do I do it? How do I do it? You didn't tell me that yet. So I'm going to tell you how to do it. So step one. Step one is you're going to choose the appropriate crystal. So only you know what you want to manifest. And so choose the appropriate crystal that kind of works with what it is that you're trying to manifest. I have one of my favorite pieces right here. This is a carnelian heart. I love heart-shaped crystals. I love carnelian. This was a gift for my birthday from my mommy. Thank you, mommy. So I love this heart. You see here, I have carnelian. I love carnelian. So carnelian is great for action and vitality and creativity. I'm a very creative person, but sometimes when there's a lot going on, you kind of get blockages and your creativity is stifled, right? So this is great for artists, whether it is that you paint, you draw, you write, you perform. This is a wonderful stone for you to have for those types of things. In ancient times, they used to wear carnelian, warriors used to wear carnelian for battle because it made them courageous and powerful and feel like they were going to have victory before the battle even begun. And so they saw it in their mind as being courageous and having a victory. And then they carried that out on the battlefield. Ancient Egyptians used carnelian in a lot of their jewelry. You'll see combinations of carnelian, turquoise, lapis lazuli. So all of those were used in conjunction to bring about a certain energy for them to manifest. And so I've chosen carnelian for this video. It also helps with money ventures, right? Manifesting that creativity in your mind into money and prosperity. So carnelian, that's what I'll be using. So choose your crystal. Okay, so after we've chosen our crystal, the next step is that we're going to cleanse our crystal. I'm not sure what you've been doing with this crystal prior to now. Maybe you just got it and other people have been holding it and handling it. Maybe it's been in a drawer. Who knows? So you're going to cleanse your crystal. This is carnelian, which is relatively hard on the Mohs hardness scale. It's about a 7. So I would wash this. I could do this, cleanse it with sea salt, submerge it in water and just let it sit there, run it under the faucet, whatever I can do with this crystal. So what I do is probably just a quick rinse off in the water, dry it off, and then I'd Palo Santo it, smudge it with Palo Santo or sage. So you're going to do that. Palo Santo or sage smudging is one of my favorite ways to cleanse a crystal because sometimes crystals can't get wet, and if you don't know which crystals those are, you're always safe with a smudge. So I'll smudge my crystal, clear that energy, right? Clear that energy. I'll go ahead and maybe play a little of my bells or my chimes just so I can kind of cleanse that energy and get it to its natural state so it's ready to receive and ready to help. Next, you're going to hold your crystal and clear your mind. Try to clear your mind of all the negativity and the garbage and the debris you've picked up over the day, over the week, over the month. Try to let it go. We don't want to bring that into this process. So if you have to just sit and ground yourself and really connect with yourself and the crystal for a few moments, go ahead and do that. A lot of times I close my eyes. It's just helps me. I'm very visual, so I like to visualize in my mind just letting go of everything. You don't have to do that. I'm dramatic, so I do it, right? So you don't have to. You can sit here with your eyes open, but just kind of center yourself and ground yourself. Be quiet. Just just be one with yourself. So that's very important to do before we start setting intentions. You don't want to go into setting intentions with any negativity, even though we're human beings, like I said before, and I understand that it happens, but you want to let go of as much as you can as possible so you can be ready to actually manifest. So after I've just sat with my crystal and connected with it for a few moments in silence, I start thinking of my intentions. So typically you'll want to have some intentions in mind prior to, but things may come while you're sitting there, especially once you've silenced the mind and begin to root and ground yourself, different things might come. And so with this, I really want to tap into my creativity more. I'm a very creative person. I'm a triple water sign, so creativity does flow to me. But then a lot of times I have blockages because I live in the city. There's a lot going on. You might hear lots of sounds in the background. And that can be frustrating because it kind of puts a block on your creative flow. And so for me, with the carnelian, I really want the carnelian to help me be able to move beyond those distractions and really get centered and grounded and be able to just tap into my natural creativity. I have it. I don't need to search anywhere for it. I know that it's within me. So I just want to remove those blockages that stand in the way from me being creative. Also, I want to have motivation, right? Motivation is one of those things. One day you can be so inspired and so motivated, but then another day you're just like, blah, 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 I don't want to do it. Carnelian is wonderful for helping you to find that motivation, right? That energy. It's dynamic energy, it's vitality to help you tap into that because motivation is like bathing. You need it daily. You can't just be motivated last week and think that that's going to float you into today. It may or may not. And so I want to help, I want the carnelian to help me with motivation to stay on track with my creativity, to bringing in my projects into fruition. I have a lot of projects in my mind. I need to get them out. And so another thing that you might want to do once you're speaking to your crystal, and you can do this out loud, you can do this inside your mind. You don't have to do it out loud. I like to just because I like to hear what it sounds like to make sure that I'm saying exactly what I want. You want it to be clear. The universe understands what you're saying, but it has to be clear. You don't want to send mixed messages. So also what I like to do is I like to write my intentions down, right? So I have this journal. I have these in the shop, shameless plug. I think they are so cute. I have an Om and then I have Ganesh. Ganesh is my dude, okay? I have certain deities that I am have an affinity towards, and Ganesh is one of those. So Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. So what better journal to have than to put your intentions and your manifestations in? So I'll write down whatever my intentions are on paper too, because a lot of times if you just have the idea and it's just floating out there, it isn't really solid. It doesn't really feel real, right? So until you've spoken it and then written it, write it down, now you can see it, you can visualize it, and you're like, yeah, that can happen. I can do that. And you can kind of put forth the steps that you need to actually bring it into reality. So write it down in a journal, any journal. It doesn't have to be this bomb Ganesh journal, but write it down. Once I've done all that, now it's time to really put in the work, put in the action. So you want to kind of devise an action plan. This is what I want. how do I get there? You need to fill in those steps because it's not going to just pop up. You have to do the work. You always have to do the work, right? We are magical, but we have to create our magic. And so what I'll do is, like with this particular crystal now, I'll spend a lot of time with this crystal. And keep in mind, you can set intentions with multiple crystals. You can have several intentions, right? You don't just have to have one. And these intentions can change. Once you've manifested and brought whatever into fruition, now you can move on to the next intention and move on to the next intention. So don't think it's just like, okay, I set my intentions into the universe and now it's 5 years later and you just did that one. No, you should be constantly doing this. So I'll sit with this crystal, maybe in the evening, maybe in the morning for a little bit. If it's a crystal that is conducive to a pleasant sleep, I'll put it under my pillow and sleep with it. This is not, I would not put carnelian under my pillow and sleep with it. It's very active and I just would not do that. But I'll just sit with it, rub on it. You know what we talked about. How we doing that, right? Talk to the crystal. The crystal will speak back, not in words, but in energy. It'll speak back to you in frequency. It'll speak back to you. So just kind of spend time with your crystal now. Revisit your what you've written down in your journal. Revisit that. See where you are in the process of bringing your dreams into fruition, because you want to constantly have that on your mind. You don't want to just put it out there and then that's that. I did it. I set my intentions and now I'm manifesting. No, put in the work. That is so important. I know I keep saying it. You're probably tired of hearing it, but it's important. Also, new moons. So new moons is a great time to begin this work. We just had a new moon a little while ago. I believe we'll have one in about 3 weeks or so. So check Google, when's the next new moon? New moons are great times to start projects, to manifest, to set intentions, to have new beginnings. So maybe you want to choose the new moon to start your intention setting and manifesting process. It doesn't have to be, it's just a really great time, the energy wise, to help you bring those into fruition. It's a great time to do it. You can do it anytime. I do it all the time, but I really get busy on a new moon. Like on a new moon, I really go through a ritual and a process to bring forth things that I'm thinking of, bring them forth into reality. So that's it. That is setting intentions and manifesting using your crystals. I hope that was helpful. I know so many people asked for this video and I was just trying to figure out how I wanted to put it together without talking too long. And I may have not accomplished that. I might have talked too long because I do get excited. I'm very passionate about crystals and I start going, and that's that. So like, comment, subscribe, Zuzunatural, all that good jazz. Peace out.